Coming to you live from a walk in Huntington Beach. It's a really warm day. I just left the gym where the incident that I spoke about, where a girl has hating ass energy for me, it just happened again. There was a girl at the front desk who's trying to get me to sign in for something again that I'd already signed in for. Because she wanted to try and wield a little bit of power against me. Luckily, there was somebody there, and they stopped her this time. But it's really interesting that I would just be talking about that at a completely different gym. And it's that same energy. But luckily, the management at this one is better. So that kind of thing gets checked. But if it didn't, then I'm going to fucking check it. Just letting everybody know. As a matter of fact, you know I'm checking that shit either way, energetically, right? That's why you don't fuck with me.
Hello friends, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Today I thought I would come to you in this segment to talk to you about my relationship with females in general. I am the type of person, I do not like my mother. I'm not a person with a strained relationship with my mother. I'm a person who doesn't like my mother. Kind of like Eminem, someone who thinks that she's a bitch and hates her for the most part. If you've ever dated anyone like that, because I in my life have dated men who do not respect their mother, you kind of have a gauge of how a person like myself greets the world. If you grew up in an environment where the person who is supposed to be your nurturer is someone that you cannot trust, you grow up with quite a chip on your shoulder. Most people who do not like their mothers do not have respect for women. You have to earn that kind of thing. And when your influence is negative like that, it just changes your view on the whole world. Now, luckily, I did have my grandmother as a positive female influence. And that energy, that maternal grandmother energy, is an energy that I absolutely love. I am able to find that energy in a young woman who doesn't even have kids yet. I know that kind of person, but I also know a shady, messy bitch. And I don't like that kind of energy. It's not mother energy. You shouldn't be a parent. I don't like cattiness. I don't like pettiness. I don't like jealousy. I don't like people who don't say what they mean. And I don't like people who play games. And a lot of times women are very shifty. They're not simple-minded. They're complicated. They're dirty. They're shifty. They're backstabbers. They're sidewinders. And they will negatively influence men who are not as intelligent or not as complicated in the brain. I don't like that shit. And I don't tolerate it. And jealousy and that kind of ignorant behavior is something that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Usually, I choose not to even acknowledge it at all because it's beneath me. But because anytime something like this happens, I feel like it's a teachable moment for the vlog. I just wanted to bring that up. And I know that there are people out there who have been in relationships or in situations with people who do not respect their parents, people who do not respect their mother or father. That's a roguish person. I'm a wild person. That's not the kind of person that you mess with. That's not the kind of person that you take lightly. You don't dismiss a person like that because that is a different kind of beast. And people like myself should be treated with a great deal of respect. Kid gloves. If you got to walk on eggshells, do it. Do whatever you got to do to maintain the peace. Because a child who has been disrespected by their maker you don't want that kind of heat. You do not, especially because I'm not a child anymore. Period. Thank you. So if I have a zero tolerance for that sort of behavior when it's a woman, you can only imagine how I feel when that bitch is a man.